2, 1. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Gamers Lounge podcast. My name is John Meadows. With me, as always, is Robert and Eric. How's it going, guys?
How's it going?
It's going good.
Welcome.
Yeah. Nathaniel's...
I'm sick.
Oh, you're sick? Well, you look sick, but that's because your hair's wet from the rain, you know.
Whoa. It might be this lighting right here.
It could be. I don't know. You look like you're sweating.
Really
you look very wet. You look
damp
and moist.
Feel really gross. I don't like it. Don't judge me.
Don't judge him because he's moist. Okay.
It was raining. I had to get Chick-fil-A. Hadn't had dinner.
Well, you know, you don't want it to rain on the 4th of July. At least if it rained today, not tomorrow. Because, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
God forbid the neighbors don't have a night to put off their fireworks, you know. So.
Yeah, I'm sure they've been going since, Friday, and they're just constant boom, boom, right?
Something like that here, anyway. I don't know
Isn't
about
that a song?
Are there any restrictions in your neck of the woods?
Anything not anymore. There used to be, but not anymore. I mean, you can't have the big fireworks, but, I mean, you know, anything that you can buy at a, mom and pop fireworks store seems to be good to go, and you can shoot them off as long as you want, apparently, because it sounded like the guns of Navarone over our house last night.
There's no quiet hours.
No, it was ridiculous. And we have a house full of animals, so they were all scared half the time. So it was a fun night last night. But
yeah.
But, so Nathaniel won't be here with us for a couple of episodes. I'm not real sure when he's coming back. We won't really go into it, but he had a loss in his family, and he's taken some time to himself, so we just want to let Nathaniel know right off the bat that we're all thinking about him, and we hope things get better soon, and we're all here for you. So any thoughts,
Absolutely.
prayers, and good vibes, send them his way. He could really use them right now, and that's all I'm going to say. I won't go too into it, but you know, he'll be back with us as soon as he can. That's for sure. So, but we'll go ahead and get started with start out the show like we always do with what we've been playing, what we've been doing. Good grief, Eric, you have been playing a lot. You had some free time?
Well, I haven't been here for like a month.
Well, that's true. I forgot you were gone for a couple of episodes.
I had to write everything down. I was like, wait, did I put that? Yeah, I did. So I made careful notes.
Man.
Everything.
Jeez.
I can go first, or I
go
can
ahead.
go last.
Go ahead first.
All right.
Go for it.
Let's start with the worst. No, I don't have anything on there that's bad. They removed the Simpsons arcade game from PlayStation Network and Xbox Live. I know you guys are aware of that.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I heard that if you downloaded before and you downloaded the demo and then the unlock, you could re-get it. I re-got it.
Wasn't that a PlayStation Plus game at one time, years and years and years ago?
What? And you could buy it. I think it was $20 when it came out, and I think I bought it, and it was fun. I played for about an hour. I'm like, yeah, I'm never deleting this ever again because I hadn't put it. I had it on my old PS3, and when I had it on my old hard drive, and when I swapped the hard drives in, so I'm glad I was able to get that. Unfortunately, I was not able to re-download X-Men Arcade, so yeah. But I did finish that a couple times when I had it. So, but the Simpsons Arcade,
I don't understand that. Why Sony does that? If with Xbox Live, when they take something off the store, it's usually still on your account and you're able to download it. You know, and I don't know why once it's gone on Sony, it's gone. It doesn't make sense.
I think Simpsons was available for a while if you still downloaded it, but then it's been like 2-3 years, so of course.
Yeah, it's just
it probably
weird,
just goes back to how antiquated their technology was when they created the PlayStation Network. There's still so many crazy things that just don't make sense on there.
Well, and that could be it. You know, I don't know. It's weird though to me, because there's some. I think it's it may be on there now, but I know at one time the the Marvel Ultimate Alliance DLC, the Juggernaut, stuff like that.
Yeah, the stuff.
I still have that on my Microsoft account, and all that was removed from Xbox Live years ago. But I mean, I can still go back now and download it, even though technically you can't buy it anymore, and it's not there anymor. It's still
that's
on
promising
your account.
because I don't know if it definitely doesn't. That easy on PlayStation.
No, it's not. When they did that with was it PT or whatever? They took it completely off. They took it off everybody's account and everything. It just totally disappeared. And I just don't.
As long as you still had a download, you could play it.
Right, yeah. And that makes sense, but I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why Microsoft will stay on your account even though you can't rebuy it ever again, but it's still, if you go back through your account history, you can find it. I don't know. Very very strange how Sony does that, and I don't understand.
Yeah,
Never have.
it's odd.
But anyway,
maybe it's some licensing agreements how they set up their legal work.
Maybe
it could be. I don't, maybe it's something between the publishers and
yeah,
Sony
there was something
itself.
with the Ninja Turtles game, the Ninja Turtles arcade game with Konami. I think there was something where the rights were lost or something. Whoever had put it on the PlayStation Network.
I don't know. That whole thing's just weird to me. But it just goes to show how, digital download stuff, depending on where you buy it at, could be really. Well, I mean, it could be really dangerous because one day it could just be gone. They could pull those rights whenever they want, and it's just
that's why I don't feel safe all the time with all my digital games. I think about, well, what happens? I know these are all pretty much AAA titles, but what happens in the future?
Yeah, well, and I guess what's bad with us is anymore when we get review codes for things, they're not. They don't send out physical copies of review games anymore. Very, very rarely. It's always digital copies. So it's like,
yep,
yeah,
sure, I may have not have paid anything for them, but maybe one day they may actually disappear. It's like, I don't know, it kind of stinks. But
no, I hear you. It makes me a little bit nervous too.
It is what it is, though. So
yeah.
But anyway, so you've been playing Simpsons arcade game.
Yeah, so we had a review copy for Next Machina, which I did finish my review. But it was a lot of fun. That's a cool game. It's a top-down twin-stick shooter.
Yeah.
I guess kind of like Robotron. Did I say that right? Robotron?
Yeah.
Back in the day, if you want to play that. It's really, really fast-paced, really intense. I had a really good time with it. And the entire time I was playing it, I was like, I kind of want to go play Dead Nation. So that's the game that was on PS3 with the zombies.
Yeah,
it was a PS3 game, and they got it for free after Sony had their hack. But I think they had the free one on PS4 a while ago for PS Plus. It's still fun.
Mm-hmm.
I really need somebody to co-op with. Dang.
I have it, but you know what? I remember playing it on the PS3, and I think I don't even know. I can't remember if I downloaded it to the PS4 or not. I may have. I may not.
It was a cross-buy download, I believe.
Yeah, because wasn't it on Vita too? Was it on Vita too?
Yeah, I think so. It is.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I thought so. Man, I can't remember last time I dusted my Vita off. That's sad.
Dust it off, fire it up, some little cross-play action. Or remote play. So I've been playing a little bit of Dying Light, not as much as I have been, because I've been talking about that forever for like 3 months. We kind of scaled that back, and instead we're back playing GTA 5 online, which I am terrible at. Lots of fun things if you have a group, but if you're by yourself, it sucks.
Yeah, I could see that.
I used to complain about Halo and people and Call of Duty and playing with the younger crowd, but GTA 5 is the same thing. Just people on there not mics properly set up, and I get to listen to high schoolers swear at me the entire time. But with my friends,
talking about your mama.
Yeah, much.
Good times.
I tried some GTA single player too, where I left off several years ago, and I played it in first person. That's pretty fun. So that's a pretty big time commitment. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it. Again for the second time. I've been playing some Wonderful 101. I got my Wii U about a month ago, so fired that up. I highly recommend if you have it, play with the gamepad. I tried the classic controller, which is fantastic, but for the things where you have to draw or the really things that are really, really particular, you definitely want to use the gamepad.
Yeah, you do.
I was like, it won't make the sword for me, but if I draw it on the gamepad, yay!
Hey, I've been seeing a lot of cheap Wii U's for sale sites. I saw yesterday there was a bunch of people selling for like $125. It's like, holy crap!
Oh wow!
There was a guy on Facebook selling it with Nintendo Land and Super Mario Brothers, the black 32 gigabyte for $130, and I had just bought like a week ago. I bought this one with the classic controller. This guy did a really good job. It cost him like $30 to ship it, but he packed it up all super nice. Threw an extra screen protector, included the original box.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I don't even have the original box for mine.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye out for stuff. I've seen lots of cheap games, so I'll have to pick up a few more things. Stuff that I want.
I don't know. I don't think it could ever be cheap enough to where I'd rebuy a Wii U.
I love my Wii U, but we've had this discussion a million times before. I love mine. It was my favorite console from last. I liked it.
I'm
gonna
have to
PS4,
say this:
but...
if you're gonna play Bayonetta, you definitely want to use that classic controller because the game. Like 40 minutes. I'm like, my fingers.
Yeah, I noticed that at mine. I didn't have a classic controller till a couple months ago, and the Walmart here had them for like $20 or something like that. So I bought one. I bought the last one they had, And
nice.
I was like, man, if I had this when I was playing Bayonetta, it would have been so much easier.
My fingers would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My hands wouldn't hurt after I got done playing it.
Yeah. We got a review code for Pixel Bytes and Bits on PS4. That's a remake of it was started as a mobile game originally, actually, and that got transferred to PS4. It's interesting. It's very roguelike dungeon crawler. It's pretty fun. I guess pretty challenging after about the third dungeon. So, only other thing I guess I've been playing is that crazy taxi game, Gazillionaire, for smartphone by Sega. I mean, I don't know. I've been playing the heck out of that. Just really easy to pick it up and tap a few times and entertain for 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I played it a long time ago. I haven't played it in a while.
It's very addictive.
Have you downloaded any of the Sega Forever games like Phantasy Star 2 and Altered Beast? And they're all free. They're all free. They're perfect. I mean, they're perfect emulation translations. It's just the only thing is you have to use the touch thing. But if you have a Bluetooth controller, I gotta get
a Bluetooth.
Yeah, I have
the 8-bit do.
Yeah,
I need to get one of those.
I got mine's over there. I got them on my for my systems. I don't have the ones that have the sticks. I have just the other ones. So
Comic Zone,
like the classic.
Yeah, I got the classic and the Super Famicom classic version.
Yeah, I really want to get the gold Famicom one with the dual sticks.
Yeah, that would be really good for mobile games and stuff like that. I think you could play those on Apple TV. I heard somebody saying, so it's like, well, I may pair one of those controllers up to the Apple TV and see, because I never use my Apple TV. I have one. I never use it.
I don't use it for games. I use it all the time for working out or Netflix.
We use Amazon. We use our Amazon Fire TV box, so I don't ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I got an Apple TV free when we did 3 months of like DirecTV Now, and then I canceled it, and it's like I ended up unhooking the Apple TV and setting it in the corner on the corner of the table. I never use it. There's sometimes we watch movies when it's something that's on iTunes that we don't have on something else, but most of the time it's all Fire TV all the time.
I just downloaded a bunch of the games, so that'll be fun. I have to give them a try.
They're free. I mean, you watch a little ad at the beginning, and then you play a little while, and then there may be an ad come up after a while. But I mean
I want to try. I want to try Altered Beast and see how that plays. And Comic Zone. Yeah, love me some Comic Zone.
There should be some new ones coming out. I don't remember when the next batch of them's coming out. I haven't looked at it yet. But
yeah.
I think every week they said they were going to bring out.
I mean, you can disable the ads too, right? If you pay.
Yeah, if you pay, it's like $1.99 or something like that. I mean, it's
$1.99 per game or $1.99 sort of. Hey,
I think it's per game, if I remember right. It's cheap anyway. It's not really expensive.
Nah, it'll be cool. Yeah. Well, what have you guys been up to, John? What have you been playing?
I ended up picking up Cave Story Plus for the Switch. I got the physical copy of it from GameStop because it came with a little blind pack keychain. That thing is that whole setup for $30 is pretty amazing. Comes with a full page instruction book. It comes with one of those little CDs with the soundtrack on it, and then you have like a random keychain. It comes in like a little silk little bag thing. That's pretty cool. But if you've ever played it on Steam, it's the exact same game. It's just on the Switch, and you can play it on the go.
It's just portable.
Yeah, it's just portable, and it's a cool game. I like it a lot. It's hard in places. I've died lots and lots.
I never played it. I heard lots of good things, and I know the 3DS version was stuff that people talked about.
Yeah, I know it's on 3DS. I haven't bought it. I think it's on sale for download on the 3DS right now. Somebody said. I don't know. It was only $30 for the this physical copy on the Switch, which I know it's expensive because I think it's like $10 on Steam or something like that. But just for what it came with to have on the shelf, I thought it was worth it. I mean, the full color manual, it's like, I don't know, 20, 30 pages, and it has hints in it and cool art and everything like that. I'm a sucker though for those physical games, physical release games like that. And I'd forgotten. I got Cave Story, came home, and then Ocean Horn came out on the Switch that night, and I totally forgot that game was coming out. And I meant to buy it months ago on the Vita, and I never did. That was the cartoony Zelda Wind Waker-ish game. It's actually really, really cool. It's not very long. They say it's only about maybe 8 to 10 hours.
It's right up your alley then.
Yeah,
Perfect.
It's right up my alley. Yeah, it's really cool. It's kind of top down, but you go to different islands, and it's very Zelda-ish. You got a sword and a shield. You can cut trees and grass and collect coins, and you know, and there's a cool little story to it. And you get on your boat and travel from island to island and stuff. It's really really cool. I don't want to give away too much of it because I don't want to give away the story.
I want to see what else it's
really
on.
Nice.
It's on Steam. It's on PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
nice.
I think it's on PlayStation 4. They're actually, I think Limited Run is bringing out a physical version of it here in a couple weeks.
I heard about that.
Wow.
Yeah, so
because we all know, because some of us like limited run games. This guy.
I like limited run games, but I don't.
Think it's spendy, man.
Yeah, I don't try to fight the crowds to get it, and as much as I'd like to, there's been a couple of them that I'd really like to have, like Darius Burst, and I'd like to get the Night Trap when it comes out. But I don't know if I'm going to try to fight the crowds to get them. It's just
I got Strafe, even though it wasn't a limited run release. I mean, it was partially their release, and it came with a free Steam code too for the game.
Oh, that's cool. I know.
And then I read the reviews of the game and went, "Oh yeah."
I know Limited Run has got a deal with the Lawbreakers game, and they're publishing that. So
yeah,
physical version
that looked really cool at PAX, but
free beta on Steam right now. It's been going on all week. If you like that,
have you tried it?
I haven't tried it yet. I haven't had time. And I've gotten a few closed beta codes for it several times and just haven't had a chance. Every time they come, it's usually a weird weekend that I'm working or I'm out of town or something's going on. I don't have time to play it. But, I mean, everything I've heard, it's really, really good. A lot of people like it. So,
looks pretty cool, the limited run release of it.
Yeah. It's a Cliffy B game, so I'm sure it's fine. He usually does good work. So, I expect it to be good, and it'll sell well. And the only other thing I've been
playing,
a
while.
Yeah,
I've seen good old Cliffy B.
Well, you know, he kind of retired there for a while, and
yeah, I shared a beer with him 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. I think, yeah, in Raleigh. He just I haven't seen him around.
Yeah,
I usually see at least his Lamborghini drive by once or twice, every couple months, but haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's
working hard.
He's been working hard, and he was out in California for a while after E3 and stuff like that. If you follow him on Twitter, anyway, he's always got stuff going on.
I've seen him once, and I was at PAX.
I saw him. I got that invite to the Gears of War launch party in Chapel Hill when it came out on the 360, the first one, and we got to meet the whole team and play the game early and stuff like that. So yeah, it was pretty cool. He's a cool guy. So yeah. The only other thing I played, the Breath of the Wild DLC pack come out Friday night or Friday morning. I mean early, and I've been playing it for a little while. The only thing I haven't done yet is I haven't tried the hard mode, the master mode, and I haven't done the sword trials yet. But I've done everything else. I found all the outfits.
I heard the DLC was harder.
Well, they have the master mode that you could play the game, in hard mode, replay it all.
I just mean the new stuff itself is more difficult.
So far I haven't seen anything difficult other than the trial of the sword thing that you have to go through. It's like 6 rounds with no weapons to try to, and what you unlock is the sword loses no power, so it stays.
Gotcha.
Stays what do they call it?
Charged up
or whatever they call it. Oh, excuse me. But I haven't had a chance to do that yet because it's like one of those things where you got to sit down because when you die you start all the way over again. So it's like, all right, I need it when I'm going to have at least an hour or two that I'm going to be able to sit down and play. But I found all the costumes, all the masks, all the little teleport thing. The map thing, you get it automatically, so you can pull up the map and see wherever you've been in 200 hours, and there's just a line going.
It's everywhere.
It goes all over the place.
Yeah,
nice.
But I can really see a lot of places where I was getting near the end of the game, and I just went boop, 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 and went right back, boop, 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 and missed whole areas of big sloshes of land that I didn't go to. So it should make it a whole lot easier to find. A lot of the stuff that I missed, some of the side quest stuff and things like that I'll go back and play. But I probably won't play the master quest version.
I wouldn't replay it.
I mean, I liked it a lot, and I would like to replay it someday. I just don't think I would replay it in the hard mode, at least not right now. Maybe 2 or 3 years from now, after it's set for a while and I haven't played it for a long time, and I get the itch to play it again. Maybe I'll.
When you have time.
Yeah, when I have time. There's so many other things to play. So, but that's all I've been playing. What about you, Robert? What have you been playing?
There's this little known game called Final Fantasy XIV that came out
never heard
many moons ago.
Is there a final? What is Final Fantasy? I don't even. This sounds familiar, but
goodness!
I heard it was something
that's a Western RPG, right?
It's something that used to be good, right? I mean, it used to be a good thing, and then it was bad, and then it was good again.
Yeah, good again. So they just dropped the latest expansion pack for Final Fantasy XIV called Stormblood. If you haven't seen, getting phenomenal reviews, 9s. It's very good for a MMO, especially. How?
Oh, he froze.
Expansion pack.
Oh, hang on, you totally froze up there. We didn't hear anything you said after things rated were 9.
All right. Well, am I back? Am I good?
Yeah, you're good now.
Good.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was saying that I picked up Stormblood. However, when I stopped playing the game, I was still in Heaven's Ward, the first expansion pack. So I never got through all those quests. I never finished storyline.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been trying to work on, here and there, little by little. I finally got the credits to roll about maybe 4 days ago. So now I'm finishing up the patch quests in between the two, and I think I'm about 3 dungeons away from being able to go smoothly into Stormblood. So I'm really excited. I've heard amazing things about the story itself, just being good for in general, let alone an MMO, and the refinements that they've made. I get to kind of see some of those, even in Heaven's Ward. But the game is better than ever. If you ever have been interested, now's the time to get in there. You don't have to worry about not being able to run the lower dungeons. They're still cycled through in all the later content, so you always will have someone to play with. This community is great about being friendly and reaching out to those people too.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it when I played it. I didn't get to play it. I played it. I don't know. It was a couple months when it came out, first couple months, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I just.
Remember what level you got to?
No. No, I don't remember what level.
The great thing is, Michelle's been. She's been playing with me now, so she's now she's got like a level 40-ish black mage, I think, and it's taken her no time at all to level, and she doesn't even know what she's doing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like
she's gonna hear that.
It's not like WoW. it's not like WoW where the leveling is so quick that they get to the last 10 levels in a week, but it is quick enough that it's keeping things interesting, and she's progressing, but she still gets a chance to learn the job, and she still has to go through the original dungeons and things like that.
Yeah. Well,
the mechanics in the order you need.
It's cool that she likes it.
Yeah, and with WoW, you're not dealing
plays
with
way more than I do now.
With WoW, you're dealing with years and years and years of expansions. It's not like now. It's like with WoW, you have to, if you want to do anything, it has to be super fast leveling and everything like that.
And you can. They offer a jump potion where you can pay to jump one class directly to 60. Level cap 70 now, so you can start knocking out in the Stormblood stuff. But it does make you go through a series of trials to learn your job before they unleash you onto the world.
Yeah, and we used to do that in the summertime. Nikki we'd get WoW. Oh yeah, we had WoW accounts, so. That's all we would do all summer is play WoW.
Man.
And what's funny is we would refer each other, so we would get the bonus and then get an extra character slot, and then we'd boom in a week and have another. And I think when we stopped playing WoW, we had however many characters you could have, 10, and they were all like fully maxed. And
wow, I think the last time I played was 2009, and now I'm done. No more MMOs.
I don't remember when the last time was we quit playing. It's
too much of
it's been a while. Well, it's it was $15 a month, and we pay for it, and then we just wouldn't play for long swaths of time, and just I don't know. I haven't had much of a desire to go back and play an MMO again. especially one that I had to pay. If it was free to play, like
the quality is just so much better.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, John.
I don't know. Elder Scrolls. I played Elder Scrolls Online not too long ago after it went free to play, and it's actually pretty good for a free to play game.
I hear it's a million times better than it was.
Yeah,
I haven't played it since the beta, and it was atrocious.
Well, yeah, and that was when it was pay. So
right,
it actually got better when it went free to play. So.
Well, that was before it was released, so I guess I wasn't paying for it. But.
Yeah, well, yeah, and a lot changed, from beta to full release too. So I don't know. I just another $15 a month for something. It's $15 here, $20 there, $7 here, $9 there. It's just, and I don't think.
It's not that bad for me. Like I have the legacy status, so I get a little bit of a discount on there.
Yeah.
I pay for 6 months up front, and it's like $40, and I'm like, cool. I'll be playing this more than I'd play any other game I'd buy for $40.
Yeah.
So it's easily justified.
Yeah. See, I would never. I don't have time to play the games that I bought. So I don't think if I even paid for it, I don't think I would play it. I don't think I'd get $15 a month or even $40 for 6 months worth out of it. I just don't have the time anymore. And it's like I got to play this game or I got to play that game for review. I've got other things that I want to play on the Switch or on the PS4 or this and that and that and this and then I'm on the road 2 to 3 days a week and it's just if I was.
Don't get me wrong. I've been playing maybe like an hour a night.
Yeah.
Like every other night.
Yeah. I can't do that when it comes to MMO.
Haven't opened it.
See, I can't. I can't do that with MMOs. I can't just play like an hour. I mean, it's just.
I mean, it's painful, but I gotta work.
Yeah, and that's why I just don't even put that temptation in front of me anymore. I just don't. I mean, shoot, who am I kidding? I buy all these games on PS4 and Xbox One. I bought a copy of Lego Force Unleashed. It was on sale. I bought for PS4. I bought Stardew Valley on sale, physical on Xbox One. I bought the new Valkyria.
Speaking of sales, see, Tech Andromeda is like $20 new right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That price went down.
Ooh. Yeah. And I bought.
Well, it's on sale. It'll go back.
It'll go back up.
Yeah.
But I bought. What was it I bought the other day? Oh, I bought the new Valkyria Revolution game. Haven't even installed any of those games yet on my PS4. They're sitting over there on the shelf.
I was
literally
super interested in
them
that one until I read the reviews.
I'm still interested in it. It's not like the other Valkyria games.
Right.
But I'm going to play it eventually, someday. It's sitting over there on the shelf. Someday it will be played, but... And that's why I say I don't know. If I do an MMO, I'll go all in, and then I definitely won't play anything but that MMO. So it's like I don't even tempt myself with them anymore as much as I would like to, because I do enjoy those games. I enjoy those games a lot, but they usually end up taking 5-6 hours of my life away a day. So
yeah,
I get going and then I don't want to stop. So. Yeah, it was bad enough with Zelda, but luckily that was 2 months that I wasn't really doing anything anyway, so I had plenty of time to play in the evenings.
Yeah, Zelda came out at the perfect time.
Yeah, it did. It came out at a really good time, especially for me. So I wish all of them would come out at perfect times. That's why I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn yet. I haven't popped it. I've installed it. I've got all the updates. I've done everything. I still haven't played it yet because it's one of those games that once I start playing it, I won't want to stop. So it's like, well, I'm not going to play it until I have time to dedicate at least a couple of days worth of playing to it. And I just haven't had it. I just haven't had the time. It's just always something going on. It's ridiculous. I hate it. But, it's life. It is what it is. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get into the news. There's not a ton of news. It's mostly Super NES Classic news. Which is funny. If you listen to the other podcast that we started doing, we did episode 1 of the Back to Bits podcast the other day. Actually, the day before they announced the Super NES Classic, and Danny, that I do that podcast with, we were talking about the Super NES rumors, and he literally had said, nope, it's not coming out, it's not happening, it's all rumors, I don't see Nintendo doing this, why do they need to do it, blah, 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 blah. And less than 12 hours later, Nintendo announced that they were doing the Super
foot
NES
in his
Classic.
mouth.
Yeah, it literally put the foot in his mouth. It was hilarious. Now, I will say that it has a unique amount of games on it.
Mm-hmm.
It has 21 games on it. It comes with 2 controllers this time, which is why it is $80, I would say. It has less games than the NES had on it, but like I said, it does come with an extra controller. They are 5-foot cables.
I think you're paying for the extra cable length.
Well, that could be too. I mean, they are
That is
5-foot
good.
cables this time. So, what's really cool about it is the front of it has just what looks like regular control ports. You actually flip the thing down, and it has the ports for the Super NES controllers, and they're actually Wiimote.
Looking all kinds of flimsy.
Yeah,
flips
the video that I saw, it does look really, really flimsy. It's like
the guy looked like he couldn't open it, and it looked like it was gonna break. But then you see you can pull it out, and it just dangles. And
And
I'm
then
like,
when
I
he
don't know about
then when he did get it open, he couldn't get it back. You know, he was trying to
It
just
just was
shut
like
it with one
hanging
finger, and it
half
just
off.
kept hanging out. But the games include Contra 3, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound, Final Fantasy 3, F-Zero, Kirby Superstar, Kirby Dream Course, Link to the Past, Mega Man X, Secret of Mana, Star Fox 2, Street Fighter 2, Turbo, Hyper Fighting, Castlevania 4, Ghouls and Ghosts, Mario Kart, Mario RPG, Mario World, Super Metroid, Punch Out, Yoshi's Island, and the previously unreleased Star Fox 2.
What?
Which
Don't they mean the previously leaked?
well,
Star
it was a game that never came out. The only way you
Yeah,
could
it was
play
never
it was
fully produced.
yeah, it was never fully produced. So it's going to be interesting to see if it's just like a ROM of that unproduced game. I mean, I have a ROM of it on my Raspberry Pi, and it's probably 90% finished.
Yeah, it's missing some levels.
Yeah, it's missing some levels and stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see if they go back and they finish that, or if it's just going to be just like the straight up ROM, release of it, or maybe they had a fully finished version of it and then never released it. I don't know, but the guys
I don't know why they'd put out an unfinished product after all these years.
Man, that's when I was like, it's like, it's been what, 25 years or 20, 30 years, however long it's been. It's like, yeah, surely it's going to be, surely Nintendo has had a finished version of this somewhere in their archives and nobody got a hold of it, other than that unreleased ROM, that was, or unfinished ROM. But apparently even the creators of Star Fox 2 was surprised. They didn't even know that it was going to be on the Super NES Classic. When they heard the news, they were surprised by it. So yeah, I mean, it's 80, like I said, $79.99. Nobody in the United States has taken pre-orders on it yet. It did go up on.
So stop calling your local stores.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny, I shared an article in our Slack chat with why it may not be available for pre-order yet, because it hasn't got FCC approval. That's the rumor, is why the Xbox One X has not started taking pre-orders yet, was because it hasn't got FCC approval either, which would make sense of why, that's one of those things in the United States. If you don't have that approval, you can't start even pre-ordering things like that, because they could just go, well, we don't approve this and this and this and this, and then you have to fix it, and it may delay it. So, but they did say in the announcement that it will only be in production till the end of the year. So, it will not be, once again, like they said with the NES Classic, it will not be a mass-produced thing. There will be more copies of it than there were of the NES Classic. Estimates are around, rumor is they're figuring on making 4 million of them, and that's it, which that would be twice as many as they made of the NES Classic. They only made, I think, 2 million of the NES Classic. September 29th is the release date. Like I said, GameStop hasn't started taking pre-orders. Nobody has. Now, over in Europe, they had started taking pre-orders that day. Eric, did you keep your pre-order of the Famicom one? I kept mine. I pre-ordered mine and kept it.
Are you talking the Famicom Super? You're talking just the regular Famicom?
No, yeah,
Classic?
the Famicom Classic over in Europe, the UK.
No, I decided not to keep mine. It was really cool.
I
but
pre-ordered
decided,
it, and I kept. I'm keeping mine. It's strictly just a backup if I can't get a Super NES.
Oh, actually, wait a minute. I'm thinking of something else. No, mine didn't go through, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I ordered it and then I got a cancellation email. I was thinking of something else.
Oh, wow. No, I haven't got mine canceled yet. I need to check my account, but I'm pretty sure it's still on there.
That'll be good for you. That'll be easy to use because it's in English.
Yeah.
You should be good to go.
It's the exact same games. It just, it just
Is
looks...
it the same games?
Yes, it's the exact
Yes.
same games. It just looks like... See, over in Europe, it wasn't the Super Nintendo, it was the Super Famicom, and it looks just like the Japanese version. Which I think looks better than the regular Super NES anyway. But
it's cool.
The only reason
that's good backup for you just in case.
Yeah, and I think the conversion, it's like $15 more when you take in the pounds to dollars ratio. I think it was like $95 after tax.
Does it have the same hookups?
Yep, it's got all the exact same hookups and everything like that. The only difference is the European version does not come with a power adapter, which is no big deal because I have tons. It's just a USB cable. I have so many of those laying around; it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
if you end up getting a SNES American version classic, and I don't get my hands on one, you should let me know about that European one.
All right, I won't cancel it until you tell me to. I mean, if I get a Super NES one, I'm going to hang on to it until the very last second because if I don't, like I said, if they don't take pre-orders over here, they never did for the NESs, so I don't know if they actually will for these or not. But
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. So, but that way, at least I have a backup if I don't get one of the American versions. I just want it to have. I will probably open up the box, look at it, plug it up, play it for 5 minutes, put it back in the box, and put it on the shelf like I did the NES Classic. It'll probably
so he can have it, so he can look at it.
Yeah, it'll just be one of those things in my collection.
One day, maybe I'll open mine.
One day.
I have a Raspberry Pi. It works better, and it has all my games. So, I don't really need it, but I want it. The Japanese version is coming. That's coming out. It actually has some different games on it than the American version has. And if I can get my iPad to work here, I'll tell you what games it has on it. I know the Fire Emblem. One of the Fire Emblem games is one of the ones that's on it. That of course doesn't come on the U.S. version because those never came out in America. Let's see. Where is it at? Let's see. It does not have Super Castlevania, Super Punch-Out, Kirby's Dream Course, or Earthbound. It has Legends of the Mystical Ninja, which is a very, very cool game that I wished it would have come out because there was an American version of that, and that game is awesome. Let's see. The Super Formation Soccer. That's all I'm going to say about that. Fire Emblem, Mystery of the Emblem, and Panel de Pone, known in the West as Tetris Attack.
Nice.
So that's what comes on the Japanese version, which, I mean, they're more popular games in Japan, and most of those games didn't come out in the U.S. anyway, so of course they're going to have. It surprises me, though, that they didn't have Earthbound on there, or Mother, as it was known in Japan. That was, a big game over there, because they made 3 or 4 of them. So it's kind of odd that one wasn't included on theirs, but whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, so then you're not going to knock old ladies down to get one. You're just gonna, if you get one, you get one. If you don't, Robert. No.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, I have an advantage over over most people, but whatever.
Well, but a lot of the GameStop
Robert,
people couldn't take that advantage, though. Even when the NES came out, I know a lot of the GameStop managers that I personally know of that actually went to Walmart and stood in line because they knew they weren't going to be able to get one at their store.
I didn't even try to get them at my store. The first shipment came out, and I was like, nah, I don't want any. Yeah. And then another shipment came in, and I was like, I'll get one for my brother for Christmas, and I got him one, and then I was like, I'm good. And then another one just randomly showed up, and I was just like, okay, I guess I'll buy it.
Yeah. Well, you know my story of how I got mine. I just lucked into it, had a free morning the day it come out and just happened to walk in. And, 4 people were in line, and I was number 5, and they had 6. So, And if it happens that way again this year, great. If it doesn't, no big deal. I'm not going to really be tore up about it. I'm not going to break my neck to get one. But to me, it sounds to me like they probably might be, I'm not going to say more easy to get a hold of this time, but if they really are doubling the production of them, they will be a little easier to get than they were the last time. that first shipment or two was all there was ever supposed to be. There was never supposed to be a third shipment of them, but they went ahead and did it because demand was there and people were pissed and
Right.
Stuff like that. But Nintendo has said end of the year, that's it. We're doing them from from whenever production starts to the end of the year. So I mean that's a long.
Just means that instead of getting 6 of them in at a time, we might get 12 of them in at a time in 2 shipments, and that's it.
Yeah, who knows? But it'll be interesting to see. Scalpers have already went crazy with it, but I don't know if anybody's paying the second market price for them yet. To me, that's a dangerous game to play because you could get burned pretty easy. Because if you turn around and buy one now, a lot of people are selling those PAL ones, the UK ones that they've already taken pre-orders on, and they were turning around and selling their pre-orders for $200 or $300 on eBay. I mean, who's to say that one, they don't start taking pre-orders over here on Amazon or something like that. Even Toys R Us took pre-orders for a short time on the NESs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a weird time. Target took some too, but it was like a weird time. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday, 3 days after it was announced, and then it was a very small handful of them that was taken. So, but the thing about it is who's to say that they don't take pre-orders over here, and two, who's to say that they won't have maybe 20 of them at a local store, on launch day. It's a big risk to take to go ahead and pay 4 times the amount for something that you don't know how easily you're going to get, and we're still 3 months off before release. This is July, August, September. Yeah, I mean you're a full 3 months before the thing comes out. I don't know. I think people are pushing the panic button way early on that kind of stuff. But
I'm sure some of them will be held for Black Friday.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but at least Nintendo again has come right out and said this is how many we're going to make. Production's going to be this long. This is how much they're going to cost. Good luck. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I would like to see. I'd like to see Amazon at least do one batch of pre-orders. If I could get one pre-order on Amazon, I would cancel my Amazon UK order. But if not, hey, I've got at least a UK version coming, and I'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
So. And that's fine. I'm satisfied with that, just to have it as a showpiece, like the NES Classic is. Because, like I said, I don't play it. It hasn't been pulled out of the box in months, and people walk by and go, "Oh, you got one of those NES Classics?" Yeah, I do. Okay. Go on with it.
That's it. That's the end of the story.
That's it. And that's nothing else. Nothing else but a little braggy. That's about it. StarCraft Remastered finally gets a release date and priced. It will be out August 14th, and it will cost $14.99. Which is pretty good. Of course, it's the update to the classic RTS. It supports 4K resolution, improved multiplayer, and modern features such as stat tracking and cloud saving. So yeah, it'll be that includes the original game and the Brood War expansion. So yeah, if you're a StarCraft fan and loved the first one, I know a lot of people did. So you got that to look forward to next month. I might pick it up. I have all the other Blizzard games, so I don't know why I would not pick up this one. I don't know if I'll ever play it, but at least...
I will never play StarCraft.
I like StarCraft. I like StarCraft a lot. I don't like to play it multiplayer. I'm not that good.
I wanted to like StarCraft 2, and I can't get into RTSs. I try and try and try.
Yeah. I like it, but I'm not one of those... I don't like the multiplayer. I like the story and the... and the single-player stuff. Not a big fan of the multiplayer because a lot of people take that really, really seriously, and I don't take it that seriously.
Yeah,
go ahead and
release. Not worth it.
Go ahead and release StarCraft Ghost. I'll give that one a shot.
Yeah, why not? And hey, it wouldn't surprise me. It could happen.
I mean, we got Final Fantasy 15 and The Last Guardian, so
yeah. So well, sure, why not? We live in a world of Shenmue 3 these days, so why not?
That's right. Woo!
Beyond Good and Evil 2. We'll come back.
Yeah, we'll see. So this was an interesting game. Sony pulls down a game claiming to offer the world's fastest platinum trophy, and it apparently really is if you watch the video that IGN posted. I mean, it takes like less than 20 minutes to completely platinum that game. Yeah, it was a game called 5-Star 1000 Top Rated. It was pretty much just a a game where you could create themes. Is all it was. It was like a puzzle theme where you put a puzzle together and that's it. And there was just certain ones of it. It's very, very weird. But Sony yanked it because it had a platinum on it. It's like, did this not get through Q&A?
You had to approve that platinum.
You had to approve it.
That's crazy.
The way you get platinums, unless you are unless the game is a certain length, it's a retail game, you have to beg for a platinum. Yeah. At least from what I've been told.
Well, yeah.
So I mean, you gotta
go
out of your way.
There's really good games out there that don't have platinum trophies because Sony
Kojima said Ground Zeroes couldn't get a platinum because Sony said so, because it wasn't a big enough game.
Right.
And you're gonna tell me that Sony was just like, this one gets a platinum.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense.
Somebody had to be like, we need a platinum. We need it. And Sony was like, okay.
Yeah, or they just said, this is what our game is going to be. And they went, okay, well, we'll put it on there. But, yeah, I don't know. It was, let's see, how much did the game cost? It was pretty cheap. It was 98 cents. The game was 98 cents. Yeah, it was $1 or something after tax. And you could get a platinum in 20 minutes with it. This reminds me of the old... The heady days of Xbox 360 when achievements were new and you could get 1,000 achievement points in like no time on the 360 because all they were was.
But these aren't even new.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying though. I mean, this is.
It's been 6 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it reminds me of that. When people didn't realize, didn't understand what achievements were and stuff like that, and it was catch a touchdown in a game, get 100 achievement points, in Madden or whatever. And you could play one game of Madden and completely, get all the achievement points. But this blows my mind that something like this could get through Q&A like that, and it's just I don't even understand. It's very, 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 very strange. But hey, whatever. At least Sony pulled it. Now my question is anybody who had the platinums and stuff like that, will they get to keep it, or is Sony going to patch it so it takes those away?
Nah, they won't. They'll keep them.
They could do that, though, if they wanted to. They could take any of those achievements away at any time with an update. Just like they add them, they can take them away if they want to. So, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. But, I thought that was just a hilarious story that a 98-cent game somehow got a platinum trophy and you could get it in 20 minutes.
That's crazy.
I want to know how many copies were sold.
Yeah. And I wonder how many people figured it out before it spread like wildfire before Sony took it down. Because I didn't hear about it till after it was already taken down. But I don't.
I heard about it last Tuesday, maybe.
Yeah. See, I don't get to hear. I'm 2 or 3 days behind on games or news unless it's a big, big news story that. Because I don't get to check Twitter and stuff till later in the day.
Till late.
Yeah.
And then by that time, the feed's already gone through, and you're like, what did I miss?
Yeah, pretty much. But, it is what it is. And
That's right.
The last but not least story, Xbox One X will download your 4K game patches, whether or not you have a 4K TV. I thought this was kind of interesting. Microsoft has confirmed that Xbox One games that feature 4K support will download its 4K assets for all Xbox One X users, regardless of the television.
I think interesting was the wrong word there.
Well, it makes sense because how are they going to know what TV you have hooked up to it unless the TV and the Xbox is talking to each other?
It should be a toggle switch or something.
It could be, but I mean the thing is, it just
Xbox.
it automatically
it knows what resolution you're running in,
right? But
through the HDMI cable.
But what you're gonna you can't expect developers to make a patch for the Xbox One X that's 4K and one that's not. You just can't. You can't.
They already have it. It's the normal copy of the game.
Well, no, not. You could still. It's still going to do more for on a 4K television or a 1080p television than it normally would do. It's still going to have a little higher res. It's going to have better load times. It's going to have that stuff in this. But
then what is the PS4 Pro doing? They have some games that are running natively in 4K, and if you don't have a 4K TV, then it's just using the other resolution.
Right, but does it still download the patch?
I don't know if it's done that way.
I don't know if it is either.
I don't think it's system that way.
I have no idea. I don't either. But this doesn't surprise me at all. It's one big patch. I mean, that's just I'm not surprised by this at all. That this is something that it has. It's Forza will support 4K. Such 4K assets will only be downloaded to the Xbox One or Xbox One X and not the Xbox S or One, of course. This means regardless of the TV you are playing on, 4K assets will be downloaded to the Xbox if available. And the standard 1080p assets will be downloaded to the Xbox One S. So, yeah, instead of making a Xbox One S and an Xbox One X 1080p patch,
I mean,
they're just doing.
I guess in a sense that would allow them to super sample it, right? By already having it on there. If you're running a 4K resolution on a 1080p TV, it's just going to super sample it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a lot of people. Well, it seems like a lot of people are just crying over nothing.
Yeah, I think people are just getting upset over the minor details of something that we don't really fully know.
I think we've reached a point, though, that I think people are just, for some reason, just like with Sony with the PlayStation 3, and everybody dumped on them for the longest time. It's flip-flopped. So everybody's dumping on the Xbox One X because they're not the console of choice. They're not the big console out there selling, millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of things. Even though there's not much difference in an Xbox One S and a PS4 as far as games and quality and quantity.
They're about 85% of the same games.
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect.
What difference does it make? Now, is the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, okay, they're probably a little different. I haven't really seen side-by-side specs of them, but I'm going to say that you're off.
It's weird because, like, in the spec sheet, the Xbox One X, completely trumps the Pro. But with what they're doing with that power, there's not much difference. It's, instead of instead of like checkerboarding, they're doing more native 4K stuff, which is great. But in reality, you're not going to notice that difference unless you have them running next to each other, which is the same way it is with the regular systems with this one runs a 900p and this one's in 7 or 1080p. You're not going to know unless you have them both sitting there. So people need to stop crying.
And 9 times out of 10, your TV upsamples it anyway. At least mine does. Mine doesn't automatically flip over and go, oh, this one's running at 900 res, because my TV doesn't do that. It either does 1080 or it does 720. So if it's a 900 p, it's just going to run it at 1080. It's just going to upsample it. I don't know. To me, it's just people feel like you got to dump on one or the other. If it's not Sony, then you got to dump on Microsoft. And then if Microsoft was in the lead, everydy'd be dumping on Sony. So who cares? Just play it on whatever you want to play it on and be fine with it. You don't.
People just defending their purchases.
I guess. I own both of them, and I'm not I don't defend either one of them. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I don't own a Pro. I'm not going to own a Pro. I'm not going to own an Xbox One X. I don't. And I have a 4K TV, and I'm not going to. I don't game on it. I just don't.
What if you get another crazy steal on Craigslist like you did with your Xbox One?
That's a whole different story, though. That's I got in for
anything that says sale, John.
Well, yeah, especially when it's almost half off of what it should be, then that's a whole different story. But I mean, I don't know. I don't game on my 4K TV. I don't use my 4K TV for gaming. I use it to watch television on and.
Some people have said they can't really
Speaking
tell
of 4K
that
TVs,
much of a
my birthday's
difference.
coming up, so if you guys want to get me one, I'm down with that.
Oh yeah.
I'll just send you mine then, and I'll go buy a new one. I mean,
thanks, buddy.
that's how
I'm
that
okay
works.
with it. I know you take good care of your stuff.
Oh yeah, I do. It's still got the plastic around the edges on it because I can't peel it off. And then it's gotten hot.
Take care of it.
Well, then the TV's gotten hot, and I can't peel it off now because it's like embedded on the bezel of the thing. It's like, son of a gun, it won't come off. It's like, I don't know, but I don't know. I mean, like I say, I have a 4K TV. It looks pretty. It looks nice. I bought one 4K Blu-ray and hooked my Xbox One S up to it and watched a movie one time in 4K, and it was nice and it was pretty. But I don't want a game on it. I just don't. To me, if something happens to this television behind me, then fine. If there's a good deal on a 4K TV, then I might get a 4K TV, and then I would consider upgrading everything else. But as of right now, I don't see the point in it. I just don't. To me, it's not worth the money, and it's not worth the time and the effort to have to go through all that. That's just me, though.
Yeah.
4K gaming's great, but to me, I just don't see a big enough difference in it to justify the cost. Especially if you want to get a 4K TV that is fully compatible, because that's the other thing you got to watch. You got to make sure it has the right HDR. If it doesn't have the HDR10, then it won't work. If it doesn't have this, it won't work. It won't recognize it. It won't do this. It won't do that. If your TV doesn't have the latest firmware on it, you have to. It's just like,
it's too much work.
Yeah, it's too much work.
It just goes on and on and on.
It's too much work for me to sit and have a TV to maybe play a game on once a week if I do that anymore. So
I agree.
So I mean, 9 times out of 10 anymore, if I'm playing anything, I'm playing something retro on my PVM. I'm not even turning on the TV. If I turn on this TV, sometimes it's to watch Netflix through PlayStation 4. Now, it may change, here in 15 days when the Destiny beta comes out, because I do want to play it for a couple days and see what it's like, but...
Did you pre-order a copy?
Yeah, I went ahead and pre-ordered a copy because, all my friends are going to be playing it. So it's like, well, yeah, I'll buy a copy of it, at least play the beta and see what the beta's like.
I swear the last time we recorded, you were like, I'm not doing it. I'm not playing Destiny 2.
I didn't say I wasn't playing it. I just said I wasn't playing it as much as I played the first one. I'm not putting 600 hours in it again. I'm not doing that. Especially if it's the same thing over and over again. I probably won't even put in a quarter of that time.
You'll play the story and be done.
Pretty much, I'll play the story co-op with the guys, and that'll probably be about it. But I went ahead and bought it anyway because it's like if I do like it and I do want it, I'm going to buy it. So I might as well go ahead and pre-order it and try out the beta.
There we go.
Exactly.
And if it's more of the same, then I'll probably still get it, but I'll just play the story and be done with it. And then when the DLC comes out, I'll be like, yep, all right, let me play that little bit of story, and I'll be done with it. But I don't have 600 hours anymore to put into a game. That's crazy. I still can't believe I played that game for 600 hours. But
I'm impressed.
You were always on it.
I was. For the longest time, I was always on it, but not anymore, even though they're still playing. I don't know how they've done it. So. All right, so Eric, you put down garage sale finds here. I guess you got some decent stuff.
Yeah, I didn't. I picked up some interesting stuff. I actually had to go look at the list because I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Oh my goodness, that's surprising. Yeah, it's I missed the first big show of June because I went over to this big garage sale they have over in Seattle, the other side of the state. I live on the dry side of the state, about 3 hours away, and that was it's in a big on a big island community. Rich people, lots of houses, like 300 houses, probably 150 were having garage sales. And there were a couple things I picked up that were interesting. There was a guy with a box, free PC games. I was like, all right, I'll look through it. Didn't see anything on top. Here we go. Baldur's Gate 1, big box, complete. Everything in it for free.
That's
fantastic game. So I put that on my shelf.
Yeah.
And the only other thing that was really interesting was when I first got there, I saw tons of Wiis, and then there was a lady down the road. She had a Wii, tons of games, tons of accessories, $10. I said, all right, I'll take it.
Wow.
But I don't know what I'm going to do with it because I already gave my other one to my nieces and nephews. But other than that, just been lucky. Went to an estate sale last weekend and found a Dreamcast, which I haven't seen at a garage sale in almost 2 years, and another black GameCube for $20 together. I also found this. We can see this. It is a Game Boy Player disc.
Yeah.
This was $1 at the garage sale. Bad news. It's tore up. It doesn't.
Do you have a Game Boy Player?
I do not. That is the cheaper part of these two. I need to get this resurfaced. If it works, then I'm going to get one.
Yeah, I was going to say, 'cause sometimes you see them without the discs, and you can get them for a decent price because a lot of people are looking for them that don't have
the disc. The disc is the spendy part.
Yeah,
you have one, right, John?
Yeah, I've got a Game Boy Player with a disc. Yeah,
that was the best thing about the GameCube.
Yeah, so it's something I wanted to try. I was like, some Game Boy Advance games that could be kind of fun.
I bought one when it first came out, and then when the Wii came out, I got rid of my GameCube, and a buddy of mine when he was moving found his GameCube and gave it to me. And he was like, "Here, you can just have it." I was like, "Well, how much do I owe you?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing. You can just have it." I didn't even look at it, and got home and opened up the bag and took everything out, and it had a Game Boy player attached to it.
Nice.
It still had the disc on the inside of it. So it was like, I went back to him and said, "You sure you don't want me to give you anything for this? Because you had this with it." He's like, "Oh, I don't care." So I was like, "Okay, whatever, dude." But that's
And,
cool.
And what was funny was about a week ago, I went to another local yard sale and I found Baldur's Gate 2 complete in box for PC. I was like, that's just crazy.
That's
What are the
funny.
odds of finding both those games? Of course, they're sitting on the shelf.
Or you
I already own those games digitally, but
You could have
I like
been
the way
like
the box-
you could have been like Metal Jesus, and this weekend bought 600 boxed PC games for $75 on Craigslist.
I haven't watched that video yet.
He hasn't
I
put it
thought
up
we found all
yet. He just got it like Sunday. Go to his Twitter account. He had to make 2 trips to bring them all home.
It's just different than the lady that was like burning the stuff that he went to her house. She was, like, burning the Commodore boxes. Like, no.
I have no idea. All I know is
Guy gets so lucky.
he tweeted a picture and said he found 600 big box PC games on Craigslist for $75.
That's crazy. Oh,
You know what?
man.
If you got room for it, go for it. But I don't want those big box CDs, PC games. I just don't want them in my. There's too many of them. They're too big. The biggest box PC games I've got is the World of Warcraft Collector's Editions, and I have all of them. And that's as big a box PC games as I want to go.
On a flight sim, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I also found on that box of PC games for free. I also picked up a copy of Worms Armageddon for free, but the box is pretty beat up. Pretty smashed. But still looks kind of cool. Yeah, just the usual garage sale stuff. Nothing exciting. Just going around, see what I can find, but not spending too much time on it because there's lots of other people out, and I don't want to, spend my whole Saturday morning running around. But
yeah, I bought some Genesis games off a guy on Let Go for like $30. The only reason I bought the whole lot was because it had a copy of Michael Jackson's Moonwalker in it. That's the only game that I wanted. He was asking $30 for all of them. Oh, I love it. I had it when I was a kid, and I wished I never got rid of it. It was a box. Of course, it was a complete box copy because I bought it brand new. But now that completes, it's like $80 or something like that. Something crazy, but.
There was a guy.
That's the only reason I got that was.
There was a guy recently. Speaking of Let Go, on Craigslist, he was selling a modded Wii, and he had a whole bunch of games listed. And I'm not interested in them. Well, I mean, I might be interested in the modded Wii, but not at the price he wanted. And he was nice enough. He's like, "Yeah, you can have all the games." So I got Zelda Twilight System or Twilight Princess for Wii and for GameCube, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Mario Kart Double Dash, Rogue Squadron 2 and 3, Pikmin 1 and 2, Zelda Skyward Sword, and Metal Slug Anthology, and Okami.
I like Okami on the Wii. It was a really
a good game.
Yeah.
I have it for PlayStation. So
yeah, I think I've got it on.
I've never played Twilight Princess, so I need to decide which system I want to play it on.
GameCube.
Yeah,
unless you have it on the Wii U, play it on the Wii U. The Wii U version's
the HD version.
Yeah, it's an HD.
Really good?
It's a higher res version. But yeah, if you play it on the Wii, you got to use the motion controls. No.
Yuck.
Play a GameCube. If you unless you want to buy it, I recommend the Wii U version because the Wii U version is really good. But if you don't want to play the Wii version, play the GameCube version because you don't have to use those motion controls. That's the only reason why I won't play Skyward Sword. I have it, but I don't want to have to use those motion.
Maybe they'll remaster it for. Maybe they'll remaster it for Switch in the future.
I'd be down for that.
No motion controls.
I would be down.
Yeah, that was cool. I forgot that it came with a soundtrack and everything. I was looking at it and I was like, there's probably a reason. And like you, I'm like, there's probably a reason why I didn't play it. Wasn't ever interested. So when I looked, I was like, oh, the reviews are mentioning the motion controls. I don't want to wave my hands around a bunch.
I bought Skyward Sword, and I bought the collector's edition with the soundtrack and the gold Wiimote. And that was the only reason why I bought it was because it had the gold Wiimote, because I wasn't going to use those motion controls on that game.
Did you pair it with your gold classic controller from the GoldenEye game?
I don't have one of those. What I wanted was one of the gold nunchucks that they gave away on the Nintendo rewards thing, but they went so quick I couldn't get one. So I'd really like to have a gold nunchuck.
Store inventory the other day, and the store had the gold Wiimote in the store, and I was just like, how? Where did this come from? Who traded this in?
Why did someone trade this in?
Why?
Someone just brings it by. Look at all this crap I want to get rid of. You're like, what?
Yeah. it's very hard. It's hard not to do that when you work at a GameStop or at a game store. It's like, why are you trading this? We could get so much more out of it somewhere else. But fine if you want to get rid of it.
I always see the kids bringing in tons of stuff, and it's all commons, and they have that one like hard to find game. It's like, you should hang on to that, just to enjoy it. But oh well.
It's like, hey, I get off work at 6. You should meet me outside.
Yeah,
we could hang
out. I
out.
gotta take a break in 15 minutes, so just meet me out back, and here's $20. Just throw it in the trash can and leave it.
I don't know. I'm sure. Yeah, it's always interesting. But yeah, the weather's getting hotter, so the garage sailing stuff will probably slide off a little bit. But I'm glad I'm glad you have good luck with Let Go. I don't have good luck with that at all.
Nobody around here uses Craigslist anymore. Craigslist is full of nothing but Xbox 360, Wii's, and people trying to sell Raspberry Pis with fully loaded for like $150.
There's none of that around here. I haven't seen any Raspberry Pis.
And most of the things with the Craigslist around here have less than 10 listings that are like 3 months old. Nobody uses Craigslist around here.
Wow.
Most of your yard sale stuff has been picked over 100 times over. Even though I did have a guy, I bought Super R-Type off of him last week. Or was it the first of this week? Oh, no, it was last week. It was last week. And he sent me a message and said, I got another tote of games from a neighbor down the street.
Nice.
I've got this game, that game, that game. Are you interested in any of it? I'm like, no. I said, did she have anything good in it? He was like, yeah, she just told me that she had a tote of games. He didn't say how much he paid for them. He said he didn't even look at them. She just said X amount, and here you go. And it ended up having like an Earthbound and a Three Ninjas kickback in it.
Woo! Yeah, so. Their eyes lit up like a Christmas tree. I'll take the whole tote now.
Yeah, and I mean, he said he didn't even look through the tote before he bought it from her. Just this was the price she offered, and he took it home and then went through it. He didn't even go through it there, so.
I think I'm with you, like we talked before. I don't know if I want to buy system lots anymore. Get 10 systems, and one of them works, and the rest I'm stuck with.
Yeah, I'm done with that. I learned my lesson with that the last time, and I'm done with it. At least with the lot of games, I've got my buddy who's getting back into collecting, so it's like I just take what I want out of it and then sell him the rest of them, and he's happy with
everything works out, man.
Yeah, with whatever he gets. He's happy with it because he has none. So, where I just want maybe one or two. Like this one, I just wanted Risky Woods and I wanted Moonwalker, and the rest of them I didn't care about. So, and he did, so it worked out. So, now he just needs to pay me for them.
That will happen soon.
That always helps, yeah. So, but anything else?
No, that's about it, guys.
I like I mentioned before we started recording, I do need to pick the winner of the Sniper Elite 3 code, which I will be doing that after the show. It ended at a weird time in the middle of the night, and I forgot about it. So I'll have it.
Well then.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just be straight up honest about it. It was like 3 a.m, and I was working, and I totally forgot about it when I came home. But yeah, I will pick that here in a few minutes when we get done recording and notify the winner of that.
Nice. Come on, Eric.
We should have episode 2 of the Back to Bits podcast up this week. We try to record 2 at a time. What we've been doing is we'll do this recording, and then we're off a week, so I'll try to do 2 recordings in the week that we're off for the Back to Bits. So if you like retro gaming, check out that podcast. It is on iTunes, and I need to check and see if it's on Google Play. They never sent me an email that said it was approved for Google Play, but I keep forgetting to go back and check it and see if it's actually there. I don't have an Android phone, so I have to search it on their website.
Want me to check?
No, you don't have to check right now. It's fine. But yeah, I'm going to put it on Stitcher Radio and everything like that. So it's actually over on Podbean instead of this feed, which I'm probably going to move the feed over to there because it's cheaper and unlimited. So
cool.
We can put all the shows.
Show us some love on iTunes.
Yes,
yeah.
Please. Yes, on both of them. Feel free to show some love on iTunes. So. All right. Well, I guess that's all we got. So we'll probably see you guys in about 2 weeks then.
Yes, I'm going on vacation next week, so not doing anything then.
Where are you going? Anywhere good?
Probably just Myrtle.
Nah. Myrtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only going there for my buddy's going overseas soon, so just thought I'd hang out with him for a while. And he's like, "Oh, let's go to the beach." I'm like, oh, "Okay."
All right. Well, I've been to Myrtle in July. It's not always the greatest time in the world, but
It's not. There's never a good time to go to Myrtle.
well, yeah, sure there is December. December is a great time to go to Myrtle.
I just don't like
no one
Myrtle.
else is there.
Nobody's there. Most things are closed up. It's a perfect time to go. You just stay in a hotel and you walk.
Myrtle's just gross to begin with.
Yeah, I prefer we go to either Carolina Beach. It's a little quieter and a little farther down, or we go to Wilmington when we go. So
Yeah. If any of you guys are in Myrtle next week and you see me, I'll be on the boardwalk.
he's buying
Say hi.
drinks.
I'll buy you a drink as long as you're 21.
Let's see. There you go.
Aw.
Free drinks.
Or have
free
a really
drinks,
convincing fake ID.
free drinks on Robert.
One drink per person.
Oh, now the truth comes out. I go.
Unless there's only one of you, then unlimited drinks.
Oh, okay. Eric's going to take a flight and be over there next week. He'll be the first one.
Yeah, you know me.
Too many caveats here. You know what? Just say hey. We'll see how it goes.
Time for me to visit the East Coast anyway.
We'll have a meet and greet.
There you go. I'm here for my free drink. Damn it, Eric.
That's the only reason I came. Not to see you.
You don't count. You're not a listener. You didn't even listen last week, and you weren't here.
Yeah. Man. Wow.
Dang.
That was cold. Cold as ice.
Hurt.
All right. I'm going to stop the stream. That was the bad thing with having